8 Ben Hadou. So this is where quite a few movies have been shot, you know, probably the most famous ones, The Gladiator, and you know, scenes of Game of Thrones. What is happening, everyone? So welcome back to a brand new episode from Morocco. Today we're gonna go in the desert a little bit, towards the Sahara desert, more specifically, in case you're wondering what desert crosses the path with Morocco. But we're gonna make quite a few stops along the way, so stay tuned and see. I'm gonna make this episode, it's gonna cover around 3 days or so, staying 3 days and 2 nights. So yeah, let's find out what a tour in the Moroccan desert consists of. Okay, so the first stop of the day, heading towards the Atlas Mountains, and a little coffee break, a little tea break, a little orange juice break, and just enjoying the view for 10 minutes before heading towards higher elevations. Also, here's a little village close to the mountains. It looks pretty cool. Better in the sun. Second stop, pretty much the same views that we had earlier. Red clay, green lush forests, and a donkey. Here's a quick preview of the Atlas Mountains. You can see how rocky they are, and there's quite a bit of snow as well on top. But we're not gonna get close enough for the snow or anything. We're just gonna go by the main road that heads towards the Sahara. So you definitely have to love the bathroom breaks with a view like this. We're just along the highway that goes to the Atlas, and you know, there's stunning views everywhere. Check it out. I mean, it may not be the the greatest conditions to live here. You know, it's quite cold right now, and it's probably colder at night. But yeah, it's stunning views of the mountains, no doubt. Okay, so we have made it to one of the main attractions of today's day, I guess you can put it that way. 8 Ben Hadou. So this is where quite a few movies have been shot, you know, probably the most famous ones, The Gladiator, and you know, scenes of Game of Thrones. So probably gonna head to the village as well, to the old part, and also gonna visit a few things around it. And it looks like you can go all the way to the top. And I think they said just a few families still live there, you know, for maintenance wise, and besides that, you know, everyone else kind of lives on the part that we're filming from right now. The views are just phenomenal. So this was one of the caravan stops heading to Marrakech from you know, middle of you know, Western Africa, Timbuktu, or any other, you know, big commerce place on the continent. Okay, so in order to reach the fortress, you gotta bypass this wide river. I wasn't sure if you can call it a wide river or not, or a river whatsoever, but so you pretty much have to go one stone at a time, unless you want to take your shoes off and go in the water. So here's a close view from the bottom. We're getting ready to go to the fortress itself along this path between, you know, the river and the castle. So the guide lives here among 6 other families, like I mentioned before, and he actually did mention the river, you know, at times in the rainy season it gets all the way through here, so that's why they have this big bridge as well.
Baba, it's the first movie.
So here's the list with all the movies that got shot here in town. First one being Alibaba, the last one being Gallivant in 2015. And also some photos here from the movies.
Of the houses,
you got Russell Crowe here preparing for
the reunions, for
the Gladiator movie.
People from outside, they can see.
So as beautiful as the fortress is, the views from the fortress are just as exceptional as well. So the person was telling us that even though there's 6 families living here, around 60 people per family, so you know there's still 360 people or so living here, and the main household member can have up to 3 wives. So yeah, that kind of gives you an idea. So the houses get rebuilt or refurbished once a year with the clay found in the nearby area. In the summertime, you know, when things are super dry and super hot, they get to work, and you know, once a year, that's something the community does. So made it to the top of the fortress, and this is the view that you get back towards the modern part of the village. So although the modern part of the village is constructed with newer material, they do have to paint it to match the old village, you know, in order to keep consistency with the UNESCO World Heritage Site. We made a little stop to Ouarzazate, which is considered the Hollywood of Africa, you know, or how India has their Bollywood. This is where they shoot all the movies. So the movies that I mentioned at the fortress were some of them that were shot at the specific village. Here's where the studio productions are. You can see some of the sets right here. They're still in construction. Probably they're shooting a movie right now, or they're doing something related to the movie industry. But yeah, the city has around 1.1 million people, and there's actually a big solar panel company as well that fuels most of Morocco. A little bit more of Ouarzazate. You know, just joking earlier how people claim this is the, you know, the Hollywood of Africa. They probably should take the name and change it to Ouarzazate. That way it matches with Hollywood, Bollywood, and so on. But no, overall the city looks pretty nice. You know, some of the same mud houses. You know, you got some big buildings right there. The sun is not at the right spot right now, so there's a lot of shade. But either way, you can kind of tell. So really have no idea what this town is called, guys, but the views are phenomenal. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the town closer. It looks really good. And parts of town are on this side as well of the mountain. Check out the nice reddish glow from the sunset. So guys, as spectacular as Morocco is, after one point you get enough driving. So today probably we stayed in the car for 65% of the time, and at, you know, certain points your back, your butt, your legs, everything gets so stiff. So we're gonna go and get the sunset right now and you know, probably call it a day. Definitely this vlog is gonna continue with more videos from tomorrow. First stop of the day, first panorama, and check it out. Looks pretty good. So this is probably one of the reasons I recommend this little trip, is just seeing these type of villages. This one's actually looks like a ruin, but it looks like some renovated houses too, but just with the mountains in the back and the green palms in the front is just phenomenal. Second stop of the day, Todra Gorge. So earlier what I showed you, the village, was the Todra village, you know, a complex of villages, and now a little bit further we got right between the mountains. Check out how high this is. You know, the sun is starting to peek through a little bit. And it's quite windy here. It's actually freezing a little bit around my ears. You can feel it, but no, it's phenomenal. Check out. So just a little FYI regarding all these palm trees here, guys. They're actually date palms. They're not coconuts or anything like that. They produce the dates. So a large population of Morocco is Berber, and actually they have their own flag. Pretty much all the Berbers in Northern Africa, and this is their flag representing you know, the blue, the Atlas Mountains with the water, the green for the palms, and then the yellow for the sand, and then that's supposed to represent a free person. So yeah, just a quick little information. When I saw the flag and I knew a little bit of the history of the flag, I said I might as well put it on, and the Moroccan flag, of course. After many hours of driving, we finally made it to the main destination, the Sahara Desert. Check out the glow. It's almost sunset. I think we got an hour or so until sunset, but you can see the pure orange color right here. A lot of tracks, no doubt, so you can definitely say this is a very popular spot. You know, they're 4x4, they're quads here. People even sandboard. There's no sandboarding right now, but you know, there's some sandboards by the tents. Our camps are right here for tonight, and yeah, this is the margin of the big Sahara Desert. So some of the dunes here, guys, are just massive. You know, they're colossal. I think that one right there in the middle is Egg Cherry, which is supposed to be one of the biggest dunes in Sahara. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of hard to identify it, but just based on the size, the distance that I'm at. So guys, even though it's really bad lighting right now, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of the tents we're sleeping here in the Sahara. It's very basic stuff, and you know, a little mattress, a couple of blankets, a pillow, and that's pretty much it. So if you do come here, this is pretty much what you're gonna expect, what you're gonna get if you book the regular tour to Sahara. And this was the 3-day 2 nights, by the way. Good morning once again from Sahara. We did not wake up as early as we should have. We kind of delayed in order to get some sunlight, get a little bit warm, but also get some nice shots of the camels going back to the city. You know, we got like 15 minutes or so until the sun peeks through the dunes right there. So that was the camp. That's Algeria. And some of the big dunes right there. So guys, heading towards the city so we can catch our bus going back to Marrakech. You know, again, the dunes are impressive, they are big, but again, you know, disclosure, it's like a 20-kilometer path, and then the dunes expand to the north, so it's not like desert as much as your eyes can see. In certain spots that is the case, but overall this is pretty much just a strip of the Sahara. You know, parts of the Sahara, they're rocky, parts of the Sahara don't have the huge dunes. It's just flatter and a lot of sand. So it's a, you know, it's a variety of desertic landscapes, if you can put it that way, inside the Sahara. And again, Sahara has here part of the, you know, Morocco, a little bit of Mali, you know, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, and so on. So it's vast. It's the biggest sand desert in the world, right? So anyway, let's keep on moving. So guys, just made it back to my hotel from the Sahara tour. Exhausting, it was beautiful, it was long, no doubt. I mean, straightforward. If you want to go and do the 3-day, 2-night Sahara tour, you're gonna have around 65% of the day just driving. It's quite a bit, it's almost 600 kilometers. So yeah, it could be really exhausting. So either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, these videos from Morocco in general. I'll see you next time. Gratitude should be the only attitude. Any comments below. Don't forget, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.